How to make storyboards. Storyboards are a way to present the elements of a story in a sequence. They are used a lot by people who make movies and other media to help them see a story and how the pieces work together before they spend a lot of money and time on the project. When you're working on a team, storyboards are one way to get people literally on the same page. Of course, even storyboards have a story. This one goes like this. In the 1930s, an animator at Disney got the idea of drawing scenes on separate pieces of paper and pinning them up on a bulletin board to map out short cartoons like Steamboat Willie. It was a big hit and became the Disney way of doing things, and eventually everyone else's. There are a lot of comic books in my house. Comic books are the quintessential storyboard. They contain scenes, narration, dialogue, and sound effects, all laid out in a nice sequence for the reader. So maybe that's why Comic-Con, the mothership of comic book conventions, has morphed from a mecca for imaginative nerds into the Hollywood pitching center of the universe. Comic-Con is a big bucket of storyboards. Here's some examples of how Dr. Pop and our friends use storyboard. Here's the storyboard for the Meltdown live illustration by Just Economics. The only tool used here was a word processor. No images. The purpose is to provide the facilitator with a guide of what to say, when and how to engage the audience, and what props are being used. Pretty simple and straightforward. It's been working for Just Economics for many years. But when I started to turn the hour-and-a-half workshop into a 15-minute cartoon, I needed to get feedback from my team. So I broke down the story into pictures using presentation software like PowerPoint or Keynote, and included the script right under the slide. Software makes it easier to move things around when you want to make changes, but so do Post-it notes or index cards or pieces of paper like the first Disney storyboard. Use what works for you. I like using software because I can easily make changes and save different versions. Oh, and because I can't really draw. You can plan an interactive game that includes choices and branching of options by drawing them out, and maybe that's how you like to start. But the fact that I can create hyperlinks between any object on a PowerPoint or Keynote slide to demonstrate how a lot of different sequences might work from the user's point of view really works for me. Finally, for those of you who need to assemble a lot of information for a script or a report, there's a software version of the old index cards on a corkboard called Scrivener that has a lot more features for organizing information and ideas. I use it a lot for the early stages of complicated projects. Check it out. What do you use? Share your tools and processes in the comments, and we'll all be better off for your contribution. See you next time.